podcast. It's Kanu,
SG here.
and today we're gonna talk about one of my favorite artists of all time,
Yeah, as much as you talk about him.
Mr. West, Mr. Kanye West.
Yep, he goes by many names.
Yeezy,
Jesus.
Ye.
Yeah, all that. I forgot about any other ones.
Yeah, he's got a lot. K-Rock.
Okay.
That's a throwback if you know that one.
Yeah, that's all you, man.
Right. So, I think we're just gonna go through his discography, talk about some of our favorite songs, maybe a little bit about his journey as an artist, and try and touch on what he's doing today and what we think is gonna happen in the future, whether it be music-wise or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm just going to let y'all know right now, I did not do my study, through his discography for this week, but I have quite a lot of experience with his discography.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's pretty much set his place in stone as far as, like, in the culture. So
Yeah. I'm sure you've at least heard one of his albums or heard many of his singles on the radio or TV or wherever. So, yeah.
His position is set in stone.
Yeah. I actually did go back and listen to all of his music again. I've listened to everything once before, at the time, that's whatever time I listened to them. But this past week, I've been going back through and listening to all the albums and reassessed some of my opinions on some of them, and just I think this is very interesting. I think he's amazing.
Yeah, he's definitely an interesting character in my opinion.
Yeah, because going back to listen to the College Dropout,
Mm-hmm.
and then thinking about where he is now, it's just wow, Ye has always been the same person. It's just how he interacts with the world has changed, and
Yeah.
I'd say mainly because of money.
Yeah, that definitely played a factor.
Yeah. It's like how he is as a person hasn't changed. It's more of the scale of what he does and who he is has changed. He's that much bigger.
Yeah, and I guess one catalyst, if you want to call it, or cause.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely some of the experience he had in his life.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I guess we'll get to it when we get to those kind of albums. Let's just start with the College Dropout.
Yeah.
So, one of my favorite Kanye albums, arguably a classic. In my book, I think it's a classic. How do you feel?
Wait, who would say it's not?
I've heard it being. I've heard people say it's not.
Would they put any of Kanye's albums as a classic thing?
There's a lot of Kanye haters.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. But this album, for me, definitely one of my favorites. Although with this one, I don't know if I would put it. I wouldn't put it as my top favorite. But
yeah, I wouldn't put it as my top, but I would maybe middle of the list, maybe high middle of the list.
Yeah, with this one, I listened to it.
Lower. I don't know.
Yeah,
top middle of the list.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. But definitely the when I listened to it, it was again around the 20. Oh, I want to say 2010s. Maybe a little bit earlier, the 2010s, because I didn't really grow up with this album.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't grow up with Kanye either. Like I said, my awakening in music was after Kendrick dropped Good Kid, Mad City. So, my Kanye, I think I've probably been a fan since 2014, 2013. That I've actually been going back to listen to his music.
Yeah. I mean, it was sort of I guess it was a few years before that for me, because I think it was whenever Dark Fantasy came out. But we'll get to that in due time. But College Dropout, though, I would definitely say it's one of my favorites.
You have any standout tracks you want to talk about?
Yeah, for sure. What?
Let's see.
Obviously, the intro track, although the singing isn't really my kind of thing. I,
Really?
yeah, no, the singing, the chorus or whatever, it really wasn't my thing on that one.
Um, yeah, I'll say, I got the perfect song for the kids to sing.
Yeah.
And all people just drug dealing. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I love that shit. Um, honestly, the College Dropout has so many good tracks. We Don't Care, All Falls Down,
Yeah,
All
yeah.
Falls Down,
Spaceships.
Spaceship, Spaceship, Jesus Walks. That
Jesus Walks.
catapulted Kanye.
Yeah, that's like, it terms of like old Kanye, if you want to call him, you can pretty much put that as one of his defining tracks.
Yeah, Jesus Walks, definitely. There's so much. Get 'em high, workout plan. I wanna see you work out for me.
I do not like that song.
You didn't like that one?
No.
1 and 2.
No.
Get them set up right. No? Okay.
I'm good with that one, bro.
Slow jams, though.
Yeah, no, that one was good.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
enjoy that one.
This is a solid album all the way through. And obviously, Through the Wire, another one of his most famous songs.
Yeah, another defining track for him.
Yeah. Because Kanye got in that accident, and he, his jaw got broke.
Yeah, when I listened to that track, again, it bugged me for the longest why his voice sounded like that.
But then you found out.
Yeah, I found out like message wise through the song, and then actually researched it up and whatnot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know that's inspiring to me.
Yeah, because
So,
he just went through this hugely traumatic event, and you're still just like, I gotta put work in. I gotta do this. Yo, the feeling that I got listening to this album was like Kanye was hungry. Kanye was hungry. Rock Nation gave him a plate, and he said, "I'm gonna fucking eat."
Yeah, like those videos, like where you see him like old Kanye going up to I guess groups of people or whatnot, just straight up rapping.
Yeah,
freestyling.
He talks about it on the album too. It's like, I used to play this for that guy, or I used to, and they all just saw him as the producer guy, and they're like, I don't think he can rap. But now look at him.
Exactly, man. Just look at him now, man. Yeah, that as far as those few the few that I mentioned and ones we talked about earlier, those were some of the standout tracks for me. But I don't know why, but one track that stood out for me that probably people are gonna write off on, and that's cool. I don't care. Just because a few members of my family were in fraternities and whatnot, school spirit.
Oh yeah,
it's just that
Alpha Step, Omega Step, yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, that track for me, I don't know, it was just a feeling all throughout that track for me.
Yeah, honestly, I loved that too, and I didn't really understand it until I was in college. I just thought he was saying stuff. Then I was like, oh shit, these are actual fraternities and sororities that he's calling out. And it fits with the theme, obviously, college dropout.
Yeah.
I just thought that was so cool. I do also want to mention Family Business.
Okay, that's one I don't remember.
The feeling on that song. This is family business. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. No, that's a different song. Is that a different song? Rain, rain, go away. The sun will come out and all the children play. I think that was Family Business. I could be wrong. Anyway, I just remember the feeling I got from the song. Really good. All my aunties, uncles, cousins. I just love the closeness, the real personal feeling of it. I relate to it because I love my family, and Kanye has always been a person that really loves the people that are close to him.
Yeah. Again, family doesn't necessarily mean blood ties.
Yeah.
It's just people that are close to you.
Exactly. Yeah. Just all around great. This College Dropout. The introduction to Kanye. Next. And that was in 2004.
I thought that was earlier, man. Shit.
Yeah, when I first started listening to Kanye, I was like, oh four. I thought he was out in like the 90s or something,
Yeah.
because he's like around that same age as like Jay and the rest of them. But no, he came out in oh four, and it was just the in the short amount of time that he had,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like the impact, because the college dropout came out and it was probably huge,
Yeah,
huge.
yeah. Honestly, I thought it was. Yeah, I knew it was sometime before like Eminem and Wayne,
Yeah,
because I know they came out like literally at like 99.
yeah, yeah,
But I didn't think it was like as late as like 2004.
yeah. Like really interesting. And I mean, obviously, Kanye been in the music industry for a while because he had ties with Jay and the rest of them. Obviously, he did work on the Black album,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone wants a Kanye beat, but Kanye's like, I'm a rap now, so.
Yeah, and that's just what he did. I mean, he may produce every now and again, but he wanted to get on this rapping shit.
And I think we all are better off for it because he makes stuff. The albums that he made are just great. Um, so late registration. Do you remember "Wake Up, Mr. West"?
Yeah.
Wake up, Mr. West.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, this one here. Let's see here. Yeah, of course, obviously the intro.
yeah. Heard him say, and I heard him say,
No, I remember that piano sample and all that. Yeah,
so good. This is what I love about Kanye's production.
yeah.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
seriously, that's like wake up in the morning type music for me,
Yeah.
man. But
Then there's Touch the Sky.
yeah, that's the only time I listened to Adam Levine. I think he was. What group was he in?
I don't ask me.
I
don't
thought
ask.
also like some kind of pop group or something.
He was probably in some. I really don't know. Y'all can grill us for that later if you care.
Yeah.
This is the Kanye episode. We don't. All right. So Touch the Sky was my first time listening to Lupe Fiasco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when he did the Lupin line, I was like, oh, cool, because anime.
Mm-hmm.
And we could do a Lupe episode, like maybe later on, or we could touch on some of his stuff later. Not in this episode. Down the line.
Yeah, down the line.
I got to go back and listen to some stuff
Yeah, that one I'm definitely gonna have to listen to.
because Lupe's fire.
He really is, man. But yeah, Touch the Sky, that's for sure a top track for me.
Definitely. Then Gold Digger.
Bro,
Have you ever seen Jamie Foxx explain the story of how he and Kanye like worked on that?
No, actually, I didn't.
Jamie Foxx is an amazing storyteller, and I'm not going to do him any justice. Go watch. Definitely go watch that video. He's explained it a couple times, but it's Jamie Foxx. He's very animated, and when he explains it, it's amazing.
Hey,
But Gold Digger, how he got the sound, how he made his voice sound like that for the track,
yeah,
amazing.
Seriously, just the intro. That's all, man. I don't know.
Niggas still quoting Gold Digger today.
Yeah, because I mean, it's true in some points. Because like, girls be more so about the money than anything else.
I mean, yeah, that's really what it is. You ain't got money, you're not worth shit. That's pretty much how it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't personally believe that. I think all humans have inherent value. But if you're living in today's society, you do need money.
Yeah, it's more of a necessity.
Just more about like securing the bag. So
yeah, it's more of a necessity now.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean you're not a good person. That just means you're broke. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I actually didn't like Drive Slow that much.
Oh, really?
That was Drive Slow, homie. You never know, homie. You need to pump the... Yeah, that one?
I mean, I heard of it before, but at least, like, I know about the first part of it, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, I like the first half of the song more than I like when Paul Wall comes on and he starts talking about, like, the stuff that he talks about, like his grills and money. I was just like, all right.
It doesn't fit, pretty much.
It doesn't really fit, but it's, like, the production and all that is still really good, because Kanye.
Okay.
All types of stuff on this album. Crack music.
Okay, I do remember a good bit of crack music. Definitely crack music.
Yeah. Roses. Roses was like one of my favorites. When I first heard it, I was like, I cried.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you mind bringing me up to speed on that one? Because, again, that's another one I forgot.
Okay. I don't know how to. I don't know how to. Because like there's a lot of. Alright. Da, da, frozen. Yeah, it was like a family member. Someone's in the hospital. Kanye's there. He's like, I want to do everything that I can for you. Then the nurses are like, oh my gosh, it's Kanye, and
Uh,
like,
oh,
and he's like, are you fucking serious? Like, you don't see.
basically him going through like again a serious life issue, but not people don't care because it's Kanye.
Yeah, exactly. Like them not treating him like he's human, and he wants to give roses to this to the person that is in the hospital. At least
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know the lyrics word for word. Don't attack me. It's I just remember I cried when I first listened to the song, and listening back over this week, I was just like, it's still very impactful,
Okay.
production wise and everything. What else was on this album?
I mean, I know another track on there that
Diamonds from Sierra Leone.
not the one I was thinking about, but
Still good.
I remember that being a good track.
Oh, or We Major was
Yes.
We Major,
Yes.
dude.
The way that the way that horn sample came in on that, and then just the straight verses. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
there was hooks and whatnot, but the straight verses, man.
Yes.
It's like got Nas on there on that bitch too,
Yeah.
man. It's just. Whew.
And then I also want to talk about Hey Mama. Hey Mama. Yeah, I loved that so much. Again, Kanye showing like how he really cares about the people that are close to him. His mom,
Yeah.
who believed and supported in him, even though he dropped out of college, but like he went to go pursue music, and it's really turning out. And he's like, "Hey, mom, I did it. I'm rich now. I could get you that mansion. I could do all this." And it's an amazing moment, for him, for his family, and all that. And he's just singing about it. The song he wrote.
Yeah, man, it's something that's well relatable, especially if you're coming up from like a similar situation.
Yeah.
You want to help out your folks. When you come up with like a a greater income.
Yeah. Any kind of come up, it's just like you want to help out the people that you love the most, and the people who support you the most, like your mom or your dad or whoever you have in your corner.
Exactly.
It's just a nice feeling
Mm.
to do that.
Yeah.
I really liked Celebration too.
Celebration. I feel like I should know that song. I'm so bad at this, but
That's okay. Maybe we should have listened before we started recording.
no, that was on
That
me.
would take too long.
That was on me because we had plans like earlier on this week. This one was on me, folks.
It's all good. And I want to say I really like Kanye's outros. Like on College Dropout, it was Last Call, yeah, and I really liked that one. On Late Registration, it's late, and I really enjoy his outros. They're always just kind of like chill, kind of like the credits, but still he's got some verses and just nice, just very like lulls you out.
Yeah,
and it's good. So Late Registration was 05, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so back to back. And I still feel like at this point Kanye's like he's had a little bit more like fame, notoriety, but he's not as hungry, but he's like, all right, this is me experiencing what it's like to be like a real celebrity, and this is just this is I'm still very grateful.
Okay.
And everything. This is the life I'm living. Y'all really y'all were down the kid in the pink polo until he came out, and now everyone just wants a piece. But next, Graduation.
Graduation.
In 07.
Probably one of his biggest ones.
Definitely one of his biggest ones. Was this the one that he was doing the contest with 50?
Was it this one?
I'm not actually sure. It could have been this one, or it could have been 808s. But either way, Graduation smash.
Yeah.
A smash hit. Probably one of Kanye's, if not the most notable Kanye album.
Yeah, if you know Kanye, you're probably gonna know this album,
Yeah,
or at least a few songs from it.
yeah, most definitely. Um, actually, I could pretty much go down the entire track list and just because there's Good Morning,
Yeah, of course.
Fess Up. That was my actual like alarm like thing for like a
Good
while.
morning.
Yes, exactly. Dude, I loved that sample. I loved everything.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah. Champion.
Champion. Okay, trying to. I remember like.
Do you realize dun, dun, that we are a champion? You're right. Yes, I did. I fucking.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my shit. All
Okay, I
right.
remember that. I'm remembering these tracks off of the production alone, man. But yeah,
Yeah, and amazing opening. Smash for the second track, and then he comes in with Stronger.
stronger.
Work it better, do it faster.
Again, it's a great song. I would not listen to it like
Just by your like, you wouldn't bump it in the whip.
no, I wouldn't bump it. The appeal for it, like it died down for me throughout the years.
Oh. I'll actually say I really enjoyed Stronger. I played this in my car when I was like listening to the album, so I think it's great. Um, I'll. This is a point that I wanted to bring up when I was listening to it. I feel like this is like the beginnings of the sounds that we then go on to hear in 808s and Heartbreaks, because the sample he's using is kind of like a techno electro thing.
Yeah. I mean, he going more so in that direction.
Yeah, it's not like full on that sound, but just like sort of edging towards it. And also, I loved the aesthetic that he had for the video, where he based a lot of it off of Akira, which is
the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge anime film classic that everyone should watch at least once in their life, just to see the amazing animation quality that holds up
to this day.
And it was made like back in the 80s, 70s, a very long time ago.
I was gonna say 80s, but shit, it could be 70s. I'm gonna research that on my own though.
Yeah, but yeah, so Kanye referenced it in the Stronger video, and it's really good. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
Really good song. Really good sample.
Really,
and then I Wonder. This was actually my favorite song on the album for like a really long time.
Oh, okay.
And I wonder, do you know? Yeah, that one. Exactly.
Yeah. No, I remember liking that one too.
Yeah, and then of course, Good Life with T-Pain.
Yeah, I do enjoy that one.
That one, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing that on the radio, bro.
Yeah, to some people that might be an annoyance for some, but I mean, I don't care. I still love that track.
You still get really good happy vibes when you listen to it. Just like the first 30 seconds, Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's just like, oh. Y'all gonna hear my horrible singing all through this podcast, and I don't care. All right, because you can't tell me nothing.
Yeah,
Transition to the next song. Okay. Yeah, but also Can't Tell Me Nothing. Like, literally, if you go back and you listen to the lyrics, he's doing all the shit that he said he was going to do in that song. Where it's like, just wait till I get paid. Wait till I get my money up. I'm about to. Then you can't tell me nothing,
Yeah, pretty much.
And at this moment, Kanye's a billionaire, and no one can tell him anything. Except Kim, but not anymore, because...
Divorce or not, but people are already skeptical about that.
If it's real. I mean, it definitely is, because they've officially filed the papers and stuff, but... it doesn't seem like messy at all. They're probably going to be very cordial. We don't know what's going to happen in like a couple months or a couple years, but for right now, they're split.
Yeah, hey, that's their decision. Good luck to both of them.
Yeah. He, I think he needs some black women in his life.
Yeah, I mean, that would do some good.
Yeah, would. Uh, anyway, back to graduation. Barry Bonds, Drunken Hot Girls. I love Drunken Hot Girls.
Was
Flashing
that
Lights.
he?
I know you remember Flashing Lights.
I do remember it, and again, that's again another one of his more popular.
Prominent like hits.
Yeah, but yeah, that's one I would definitely. Well, I wouldn't say definitely. That was one I would skip.
That's okay.
Just I don't know. Again, that's one that the appeal for me definitely died down throughout the years.
That's fine. I would say, um, classic albums can have skips.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say because
I personally, I only know maybe like 3 or 4. I've listened to a lot of music. I think I only know like 3 or 4 albums that I can say that I would not skip one track, like ever. Like, there's albums that I'm like, I'll listen to the whole thing. I really like them. Like, some of the ones that we've just talked about. I'll listen to the whole thing. Really like the entire thing as a project. But that doesn't mean that there's songs on there that I wouldn't skip if I wasn't in the mood. You know what I mean?
yeah. Again, College Dropout is a good
Example.
example for that. Again, New Workout Plan. I would skip that one easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing I would need to think about though. Like albums that I would not skip.
We would need like some time for that because I gotta like I said, I could probably name like 3 or 4, but I really want to like think about it before I just put that out into the world.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, I already have a few in my head, but yeah, we can do that in a different episode though.
yeah, definitely. You know what? I really wanted to say, obviously, Everything I Am, really good song.
That's the one. That's the one with DJ Premier, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything Not means Everything I Am. Yeah, really good.
Oh, oh, oh.
Homecoming. You remember that one?
I remember listening to it, but not much about it.
That's it. It was still good. I actually want to take this time to talk about Big Brother for a minute. Another outro that I really enjoyed
Mhm.
out of this first like trilogy, I guess, because it's kind of like a trilogy.
Yeah.
His first 3. Big Brother. He's talking about Jay. He's talking about how he, really appreciates Jay for putting him on, and he still looks up to him like a big brother, at least at this time. And he's like, you're really good. Uh, he's talking about some different situations that he's been in, and it's just, I don't know, I really like it. Shows appreciation and all that.
Hey, yeah, no. I can agree with that. Although more so during that time than around the time whenever Watch the Throne came out. But that's
we'll get to that.
yeah, that's one I totally don't remember.
I'm gonna be honest with you. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Yeah.
Okay. After graduation, 808 and Heartbreak. So, all of Kanye's albums are amazing. I'll say in that's my opinion, guys. That's my opinion.
Yeah, mine is that there are definitely some stuff that aren't for me.
Yeah.
This one was definitely one of them. Nowadays I'm not sure that again. This is why I said I did not do my research,
Mm-hmm.
but when I go back to this one here, this album here, 808s, I just want to see if anything's changed. But right now, again, well, as my opinion throughout the years,
Mm-hmm.
again, I can understand, I can respect the message behind it,
Yeah.
and as well as the cause, because again, around this time it was like recently after his mother's death.
Yes. Yes.
So it's just musically, again, it's not really in my preference, even though I listen to a good bit of like autotune and stuff like that. But
Yeah. No. I totally agree. 808s was the one that really shook up, I'm gonna say, the music game at the time. Kanye really took a big shift in his sound.
yeah, he did.
And this will not be the first time he does that.
No, no.
But the to me, it's iconic. I remember around the time that this came out, I really loved like Love Lockdown. I really loved Heartless. Amazing.
Yeah, definitely amazing. That's probably one of the few tracks I'll enjoy cheesy, but you know.
Yeah. And listening to the album again, one of his outros, Pinocchio Story, where he's talking about how he feels like he's a puppet to the industry. People don't see him as real. And he's got to keep up this face and like this mask and like kind of be who what people want him to be. He's got to like move to these strings that, the label or whatever people expect of him. And he really didn't like that.
No,
I don't think anyone would.
No.
No, you can go.
Okay, I was gonna say this. Now that you're saying it now, this sounds more like it cows to how he goes on about his life like later on.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to go through his discography in chronological order, because we could talk about like him evolving as an artist at this stage. He's been famous for a while now, and all these things are like catching up. Not just famous, like at by the time 808s is out, I would call Kanye like a megastar. Like he's like at the top of rap.
Yeah, right at that time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely say that.
So, him back to like Pinocchio Story, just him feeling like a puppet, him feeling like he has to like lie to save face or whatever, even though like it's Kanye.
Yeah, you don't know
like,
for that. You know he's gonna express himself.
Exactly, but it's interesting that he does still like have those feelings. And this wasn't like a song that was recorded in a studio. I think it was a live performance that he recorded, and he was like freestyling.
Oh, so he just took that live recording and put it on
the album. Yeah.
Okay, that's like wow, that's like the second I've heard of that. Like, heard of someone doing that. To be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, the only other one's Kendrick on "To Pimp a Butterfly" because his song "I."
Yeah, which I like that version better than the studio version.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know why, but
well, I can definitely talk about that on a different.
We could have a Kendrick episode.
Definitely a Kendrick episode. I would love to go back to his.
Let's do that one time. Okay, but right now. So yeah, that's those are all my feelings on 808s about like where he's at in the career. He's, his mother also just passed away. I think he got out of a relationship with Amber Rose at the time. I don't know. He was. I think he got out of the relationship with Amber Rose at the time. So that's the heartbreak part.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of the new sound that he introduced with 808s and heartbreaks is using the 808 as like an actual like instrument in the music and production, and really good in my opinion, really good.
If anything, like I said, I'm probably going to go back to it sometime later on, but
yeah, it can change your perspective. Second listen through might change your perspective or not. It is a shift in sound that's kind of like whoa. So because like once you come off the first three and then you hear that, it's like all right, sure.
Yeah, it's like I know my opinion will definitely change for again some stuff on the album.
So next.
Yeah.
Let's frame it. Let's frame it. Okay,
yeah, it's the big one.
It's 2010.
2010.
It's
yeah.
2010.
Right on to 2010. Oh, holy shit, man.
Yeah. I think 808s was like 08, I think. Yeah, it was 08. So 2 years later, we're in 2010. Kanye, super megastar. The Taylor Swift shit has already happened at this point. so what we're dealing with. Yeah.
But yeah, it's all that like.
So, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Okay. Again, a lot of people. Again, another album that's again probably his biggest album.
Yes, probably his biggest album, most critically acclaimed, like 5-star album. I don't know what the rating system you'd use, but most people would agree that this album's like Kanye's masterpiece.
Yeah, and if you don't agree, like the stands will like dog stomp you out for it.
I mean, it's not my favorite Kanye album,
Yeah, no,
but
it's not for
I
me.
can't like ignore the quality of or the care that went into this project. Like,
Yeah, there was a lot of passion, a lot of like just ambition that went into this one here.
yeah, I'll say in my head, I think where Kanye is as an artist on this album is like he's like how should I say? He's like in the upper echelon of society, and he's like experiencing all of these new experiences, talking about how just he's a part of that world, but then also like not allowed in. You
Yeah,
know, I don't
no,
really know how to say it.
no, I get you, but
It's
I
like,
didn't get that. Well, as
mm-hmm,
far as like him like not being like accepted,
mm-hmm.
yeah, that's one thing I did not get from it. Although that's one. This is one another album that I want to give another listen to. By the way, these are previous thoughts.
I think I got that feeling because of one of these songs, maybe like "Lost in the World" or "Hell of a Life." But but before I go any further, I have to talk. Well, first of all, in this album, there's "Power," which is
Yeah,
arguably Kanye's biggest song ever. I really don't know the numbers on that, but "Power's" like gets played to this day for commercials,
yeah,
ads, background stuff. If you want something to pump people up,
yeah. Like
"Power"
get
is
them motivated. Yeah,
yeah.
you use that
You're
track.
gonna use that track. Then "All of the Lights," one of the most beautiful songs. Um, I played it in marching band,
Oh yeah,
and it is just great. Dun, 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 dun. And then like Rihanna comes in, it's like,
yeah. I remember specifically Kid Cudi's thing on there.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not the hugest Kid Cudi fan, but when Kid Cudi gets with Kanye, he's all right.
Yeah. I mean that's a fair assessment there. I mean I'm not gonna lie there, but
And then I have to talk about Monster. Nicki's verse on Monster stole the fucking show.
yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna even lie there. That's probably one of her best ones. One of her best.
Definitely one of her best. I think in some interviews she even mentioned that Kanye asked her to redo her verse because he was like, "You could come harder than that. I know you can." And then like she showed the fuck out. Like,
Dang.
yeah,
Look at him bringing out the best in people.
that is what Kanye does. That is literally what he does. Um, it's probably like really annoying to work with, but
It depends on
but
how you
also
do it,
like
though.
what the results that you get from it are just like
Yeah,
supreme quality.
yeah. Shoot, if I can put out stuff like that, then I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind putting up with this shit. But yeah, I would say that's probably my favorite song. Maybe.
Monster on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I see So Appalled on there. I'm just like shit.
Yeah,
So
Runaways
Appalled.
on there.
Yeah,
Blame Game. Oh, I love Blame Game.
Yeah, that's not me.
No,
Nah.
John Legend. You didn't. Okay, whatever.
No, you can still talk about it though.
This is cool. It's cool.
All right, but no, I was gonna say Runaway, and I'll take that back. Runaway is probably my favorite.
Runaway is good too. The video for Runaway. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh! Like I've never seen something so like artistic in my
yeah,
life.
it's serene.
Like so interesting. I think that was the first. That was probably around the time I learned the word aesthetic. Because my God,
Yeah, yeah. that definitely forced the meaning on you.
Yeah. So all in all, I say this was the peak Kanye, at least for the general consensus peak Kanye.
Yeah, yeah. Again, he's. I wouldn't say he's
I don't think
not
it is
able
peak,
to.
but just that was probably his most notable thing.
Yeah, I would say like in comparison to like a Mad Villainy as far as like notoriety,
Yeah.
like he's able to go up that again, but we I don't know. It's a safe bet that it's probably not gonna go there for me, anyways. It's probably a safe bet for me.
Um, I want to talk about it after we talk about Jesus is King
Okay,
because it's really not much, but like where he's heading towards the future, just does
which I don't know.
we don't know. But next on the list is Watch the Throne, Ye and Jay.
Which I don't remember at all except for Otis.
I'll be real with you. When I was listening to it, I was like, "Is this the?" I know it's not the first time I've listened to Watch the Throne, but it was just like I don't remember none of this. Like, I do remember No Church in the Wild. Obviously, Niggas in Paris.
Yeah, I don't like that
They
song.
named it because there was niggas in Paris. All
I
right.
mean, no shit.
But yeah, honestly, probably I'm gonna say this was towards the bottom of Kanye's albums for me. Not super memorable. Uh, there are some great songs on here.
Yeah,
Ham, I'm about to go ham, hard as a motherfucker. Like that.
yeah.
That one's pretty good. Um,
Again,
it's not too much that I super liked, but it's a solid album. If I was rating it, I'd probably give it like a 6.
6.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if I will go back to it actually.
I'm not going back.
Uh,
Like, I wouldn't go back, but it's a solid listen. Like if I'm not going back is like I'm probably not going back to anything under a 7. But
I don't know. It depends on me. It depends. I mean, if the songs I like on there are pretty good, but I mean, if there's only like a few, which
yeah,
there
there's
are on
like a
here.
couple standout singles on here that I liked, but generally speaking, Watch the Throne, it just wasn't for me.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. I can
Weird
agree
because
with
they're
that.
both really good artists. I like Jay. I like Jay Z. Like he's got a lot of good shit, but I don't know him and Ye. I mean, they're good on some songs.
Yeah, I guess. I guess for like anticipation for this, I
It
guess
felt
people.
huge,
Yeah,
but like the actual thing, we got like maybe like 3 good songs.
yeah. Out of those,
Yeah. So that's all. Watch the Throne. I'm gonna talk about. After that, another huge shift in sound. One of Kanye's most controversial albums, Yeezus, in 2013.
yeah. And I keep saying this, but another one that I'm gonna definitely do a listen back on because I want to see if my opinions change.
I will actually tell you the journey that I had with this. I remember my first time listening when it came out, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like
It's,
Kanye has lost it. I I liked 2 songs when I first heard it. I liked "Blood on the Leaves" and I liked "Bound 2."
okay, that's different from me because when I first listened to it, Black Skinhead
Yeah,
and New Slaves.
yeah. So I like those 2 now.
Yeah,
Actually, when I was listening back to it this week, I haven't heard in years. I was like, oh, this is actually like pretty good. Like it's well put together. There's like a main theme at this point in his career. Kanye's like, um, he's moved a little bit past music. He's starting to feel the sting of not being in like the actual top of society.
yeah,
Everyone just treats him like he's just a rapper, but he's done at this point he's like I can do so much more than rap. Like I got fashion, but y'all not letting me in. I got all this other cool future shit that I want to do, but y'all aren't letting me get there. It's just like this was I think this album was like his aggression and his just like calling out of that like system.
Yeah,
Just
basically shunning him from doing like anything besides music.
yeah,
Huh. Now that I think about it, yeah, it does. It's pretty much an expression of his rage, actually, for that.
yeah. That was the main theme of the album. I feel like, um, something that we didn't touch on all throughout Kanye's discography so far, at least he's been talking. He mainly in the first three albums talks a lot about the black struggle, what it's like to be poor. He was working out the Gap back in the day,
Yeah.
and he's talking about like he. I think he said he had a line about him stealing, but like he didn't steal, or like he did, but like they accused him that he did. I don't know, but
Uh,
it was just like nah, I feel you because I've worked retail before, and like who wants to like the whole theme of College Dropout was like you go to college to get the degree to get a good job, but then like you go and you get your degree and there's like no jobs, and then they're like, well, you need more certifications, so you go to college again, you get your master's, you get your PhD, you get all this stuff, and like
yeah.
then they don't want to let you in, they don't want to give you an actual job, so it's like
Yeah, you still gotta pay for all the other expenses
you
that
gotta
when
pay
you were
for
over there.
everything, and you gotta live too, and how are you gonna do that off 6.55, which I think was the minimum wage back then?
Shit.
How's a nigga gonna survive off 6.55? And it's just, and he's been talking about stuff like that, like throughout his whole discography, just rating back to like the struggles of being black in American society, trying to like live a normal life, and for him particularly, you know, getting to like a higher status and then still getting barred, still getting blocked, even though he's like made all this money and proved that he's, you know, I guess can provide value to people.
Yeah, and again, if he's getting held back from that, like I can see that being relatable.
Yeah, and a lot of I remember this was around the time he had the Sway interview. Did you watch that?
I know the clip.
So I watched that. Actually, the reason he popped off on Sway like that, not even like he popped off. He was like, "How Sway?" The reason he did all that was because he went to the Breakfast Club before. Like, not a lot of people
Okay.
talk about his Breakfast Club interview before he went to Sway.
Oh, okay, what did they
So he
talk
went
about
to
on there?
Breakfast Club. Charlemagne got him all hyped up, but he didn't like explode on Breakfast Club because Breakfast Club,
Uh,
that they're about that. They're gonna do that to you. And when he was with Sway, he's comfortable with Sway. He knows Sway. He's been around Sway a lot. So you get a little bit too comfortable, and you get kind of like relaxed, and then he just like let loose a little bit more. That's how we got that clip with the house way. How am I supposed to do all these things and they won't let me into this industry? They won't give me the resources that I need to do this. Sway's like, you're rich. You could just, pay to do it yourself. Well, what are you talking about? Kanye, you're rich. But the thing is, the point I think Kanye was making at that time was that what matters is scale and quality. Like,
yeah,
yeah, he's rich. He's a millionaire. You could probably put out, some things, but not like the kind of rich for the kind of quality of stuff that he wanted to put out.
mm.
If he's not talking about like printing T-shirts, throwing a design on a T-shirt, print it out. He's talking about like, I want the best kind of fabrics. I want it stitched in a certain kind of way. I want this.
A lot of intricate details.
Exactly, and you can't get that just being a millionaire. Like,
Yeah, no, you're gonna need a bit. Well, I would say a bit, a lot more money to do. Again, all the intricacies.
exactly.
That stuff can cost too.
And the thing is, with that, Kanye had the clout at the time, and we know because it's proven at this now.
Yes.
Kanye has the clout to like actually pay back whatever loans or whoever helped him. Like, he would have been an asset and not a liability if they'd just give him money to like help create his vision.
Yeah.
Proven with Adidas, because Adidas stock jumped up like a lot when they signed Easy, and all because yeah,
Yeah, that's for sure.
all because Nike didn't want to play ball. But
Yeah, whatever. Fuck them.
I mean, yeah, at this point, we're never gonna see another like Nike, another like any of the Yeezys from Nike anymore. But that's all right. That was a good moment there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was a good moment.
So yeah. So all of that's going around at the time of this album.
Yeah, we kind of went a little bit off the rails, but yeah.
I mean, it's Kanye, so it's gonna be like that.
Yeah, just like him, sort of.
Sort of. Yeah, all of that's going around about the album. My perspective on it at the time was, what the fuck? Now I go back, I listen to it. I actually really like a lot of the songs on there, like Black Skinhead, New Slaves, Blood on the Leaves, Bound to, all really good. On Sight, I actually liked too. I thought it was weird, but it was cool. I Am a God featuring God.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah. So this is the back in the time when Kanye, he is still a Christian at this point. He's been a Christian his entire time, but this is him like, I recognize the God in myself. We are all God. I am a God. I just told you who I am, who I think I am. A God.
It's like he just learned about the meaning of Negus.
Yeah, he probably did. He just learned it. But I mean, yeah, that's why he named it Yeezus, in, obviously allegory to Jesus.
Yeah.
Him being a god. All right. Next album, shit.
Yeah, yeah, I can see. No, I can see. Oh, yeah, next album. I'll just talk about that later.
You could. This will be a long one. Fuck it. Keep going.
All right. I was gonna say, I could definitely, if I listen to this again, I could definitely see much of the events explained throughout this album.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. And again, I just want to say that. But
okay. So that was 2013. Now 3 years later, 2016. Yeah.
That's when Life of Pablo came out?
That's when Life of Pablo came out, 2016.
I was at school at that
2016.
Point. I was talking with my classmates about it too, so you know what, that is true.
Yeah. I remember he was hyped. We were hyped. It was going to be named something else. I think it went through like 3 or 4 name changes before he dropped this album. But, and we expected it in 2015. But
it got delayed.
It got hella delayed.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is the album that started him like releasing an album and then updating it later.
Yeah, because I forgot he did like a Redux.
Yeah, and I heard it originally when it first came out
on Tidal.
No. Who the fuck was paying for Tidal back then? This was back in those days. I was sailing the high seas of the internet, if you catch my drift. Okay?
Yeah, we're not gonna give details to that, but you know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Tidal, you could still sponsor us. I mean, like, No, but yeah. So, The Life of Pablo, man. All right, this album, probably greatest intro of all time. Like,
yeah, I definitely agree with that. As far as like me being well into Chance, but as well as me being fond of gospel music.
Yeah. So, not particularly fond of gospel music. It is still very musing. It's still very. What's the word I'm looking for? Moving.
Moving?
It moves me on the inside, my feelings.
Yeah. It moves you. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. But not like a huge fan of gospel music though. I'm not.
Yeah. No.
But Ultralight Beam, I can't lie. The feeling it gave me, Chance came in perfectly.
Yeah.
The sample that he used with the little girl just going, "We don't want no devils in the house." That was so cute.
Yeah.
And just, I want to say, like, it felt like the scale of it felt big. It felt like a, you close your eyes, you feel like you're, like, in a huge church and everyone's, like, together singing, and it's just...
See, that's that Kirk Franklin choir doing it for you.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I haven't listened to him in a minute, but he's like his past albums I listened to quite a bit.
Yeah, but and then you talked about it already. Chance came through.
Yeah, and after we didn't even hear him, like this was before Coloring Books, so this is like our first hearing of them like since Acid Rap.
Yeah,
So it
Uh,
was a bit of a
well,
surprise.
I mean, I listened to Surf in 2015 when he dropped that.
Yeah, I did not know that. So.
I did. He was on a few. It was his song. Um, yeah. We're not gonna have a Chance episode, but I definitely want to talk about Chance in one of these episodes one day.
Yeah, we'll definitely take some time for him.
Yeah. Um, but either way, Ultralight Beam was his come up. That was the song, and that was the song that really catapulted Chance into the mainstream, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's next up. He's the next Drake." You remember that time?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
And then, of course, Father Stretch My Hands Part 1 and 2.
It had a good intro going, and as far as like the hook too, Kanye came in with those first few lines in the verse. I'm fucking with it. I'm just saying, it's just like I get it. I mean, I get if you want to call yourself an asshole, but I mean, don't compare yourself to like get bleached and whatnot, man.
I freaking loved that. I love that.
It's just like I'll put.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying, man. After going off of the intro and go to that, it kind of sets the tone that it's going to be a bit of a mess. And don't get me wrong, that in my actually, I'm gonna say this: the album for me was a mess, but it was a lovable mess for me.
Yeah, I can totally understand that feeling. This album didn't feel as cohesive as a lot of the previous ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it didn't feel like there was like a strong theme or like why he made it. I can't even talk about where he is as an artist because I can't think of like a central thing to talk about with the life of Pablo. It's a collection of good music. I like a lot of the songs on here, but I can't talk about no like main reason for it.
No. But Father Stretch My Hands. Yeah, part one, kind of threw me off, but I mean, you got that first part going for you.
I'll say I do love a lot of the production on this still. Kanye. It's Kanye.
Yeah.
And then Famous, where he goes back and he talks about the Taylor. He has the Taylor Swift line.
Yep.
Which he got in some trouble for later on. Like,
well, I would say that's. Yeah, I would say that I still enjoy that song as far as like shock value. It's
I mean, it's
I
Kanye.
guess. Yeah, it's Kanye.
I actually didn't like Feedback. I remember like thinking it was like mad trash. I don't remember what Lowlight sounds like, and I just listened to it like maybe like 2 days ago. So
was it low? Yeah, no, I don't remember Lowlight's Feedback. First time hearing it, I remember like not liking it, and I don't know. I kind of grew into it as far as like the production.
Nah, I still don't like it.
Yeah,
but I can understand.
Yeah.
Highlights,
it's a vibe.
Oh, I love Highlights. Highlights was my favorite song on this, actually, because if not my favorite, my most played. I would just play it. It's like make me feel good.
Yeah.
Tell my baby I'm back in time.
Yeah, Young Thug on there did his thing, like he usually does, as far as like features and maybe some albums.
Yeah. Man, Thug is like actually like really. He's actually good, and I thought he was so bad when he came out with Barter 6, but Thug has his place in rap and stuff.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does. I will say that.
Yeah, and Kanye makes everyone sound amazing. So
yeah,
we didn't even like talk about Designer and how he got like. I mean, Kanye basically like deboed his song. I mean, it was still a hit, like. But Kanye was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put this on the album. I'm gonna change up the production a little bit, and I'm just gonna take it." And Designer was like, all right. Yeah, that was his thing.
Yeah, man, at least he got a bit off of that hit, I guess.
I mean, he got signed. We don't know where the fuck he is now.
No.
I think he's the only one from his double XL freshman class that didn't like make it, and is still relevant today.
Yeah,
like everyone else on that list, I think is still relevant today.
Yeah, you still hear stuff. Wait, it was like Denzel Curry and like Kodak and all them.
Yeah, Denzel Curry, Kodak, Uzi, Yachty,
21.
I forgot who else. I think Dave East, Lil Dicky was on that one.
Okay, Dave East. I should I should listen
I
to
don't
that
know if he's
sometime.
like he's not relevant right now, but like he's not like he's Dave East still has a fan base
Yeah,
that you hear about.
and from what I've heard from, again, he has the ability.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
Anywho,
that's off on a tangent, but
yeah, yeah, designer.
yeah, he kind of got did dirty, but in the context of the album, it worked.
Yeah, it did, it did.
And then I love Kanye. So this is Kanye talking about how everyone misses the old Kanye. They all talk about the old Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since Jesus, it's been I miss the old Kanye, and it's just like I said before, Kanye's kind of been the same person all throughout. It's just the scale of what he's doing has changed. He's no longer just like he doesn't have the same hunger that he did when he first started with the College Dropout. Now he's been rich for a while. He's been a mega superstar for a while. Kanye moves the culture at this point.
Yeah, that hunger has been
He's not
quenched.
going to have the same kind of sound.
Yeah,
he's not going to be he's not going to be the same.
No,
he can't talk about the same kind of struggles. He has different struggles.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, he can't really talk about the same come up story.
Yeah, he's not coming up. He already came.
Yeah.
Like he's here. Like,
yeah, okay, there. Yeah, I was about to say pause, but
play. Anyway, I'm kidding, guys. All right. Waves. I really liked Waves. You didn't like Waves, Chris Brown?
I think I skipped that one.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of Chris Brown.
Honestly, at that point, it's kind of like a second half of the album. Because the first half of the album, I really enjoyed. Second half of the album, I probably slept through most of it. Although there are some good points.
Yeah,
I like Real Friends.
Yes. Maybe that was the first single. Was it?
I think so.
Yeah. So it was
No. What? Either it was Real Friends or it was what was
No One Parties in LA was later.
No One Parties in LA was later. I'm talking about Yeezy just dumped over Jumpman.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I forgot about that one. Yeah, I don't care for that one still. But yeah, go back to Real Friends. Yeah, I definitely love that one.
I like that one. I got so pissed when I heard 30 Hours.
Was that the one with Andre?
3 Stacks, just in the background. 30 Hours. That's it. That's all he did. I got so mad because I loved the production. Kanye's just sitting there ad-libbing, saying random stuff, and then he picks up a phone call at the end of the fucking thing. I'm like, yo, where's 3 Stacks? Like, where's my verse? Like, I know you're cool with him. You got him to do that. You couldn't have just been like, hey, yo, lay down like 16 real quick. Like, I know you got something. Like, come on.
Like, he can do that. He can do that. Oh my god. Yeah, I totally forgot, like, I forgot about that song, man.
I remember when I first heard the album, I was like, I was in anticipation the entire time until the song ended. Like, all right, he's gonna go in. All right, I'm gonna hear it, and there was no verse, and I was like, well, damn. Good production though.
Yeah, just overall that. Yeah, I'd say that one was disappointing then.
And then
What was after that one?
No More Parties in LA. Then it was Facts and Fade. How does Fade go?
Fade. I don't remember.
Was that one? Your love is faded. Or is that? I don't know. Not memorable because obviously.
Yeah, but No More Parties in LA
with Kendrick.
Kendrick, yep, produced by Madlib. You already know I'm all about that.
Yeah, I really like No More Parties in LA.
Yeah,
Kanye talking about how he actually no, I had it and then I blanked.
That's fine. I just remember, as far as like the verses go, obviously Kanye did more and more of it on his verse because he was rapping for most of the song while Kendrick just did like,
yeah,
I don't know, like a minute or two.
Yeah, I just have that the in my brain the loop is just the Kanye talking "No more parties in LA, please, no more parties in LA" or something like that,
Mm.
and I think he's just talking about not wanting to be a part of something. Never mind. I should have listened to that before I started talking to it. Okay, Saint Pablo. Actually, I played this one like 3 times in a row because I liked it, but now I can't really remember.
To be honest, I don't think that was on the original.
No, it wasn't. It's one of the ones that he added on after,
Is that the one with Sampha?
possibly.
Because I would remember that. I'm a
Yeah, I
big
tell
fan of
you.
Sampha.
But that was Life of Pablo in 2016. Kind of a jumbled mess. Some standout tracks.
Yeah, but I
It's
mean,
all right.
it's still an enjoyable listen for me.
I liked it more than Watch the Throne.
Yeah, yeah,
I
definitely.
can say that.
Yeah, this was the fourth one I will go back to again just to see if my opinions change.
Mm. And then much more recently in 2018, Yay.
Yeah, yeah.
This is at this point, Kanye's had some mental breakdowns in public. All right,
Yeah.
and he's been diagnosed at this point with bipolar disorder, and they had him on meds for a while, and he just wanted to get off his meds, and this is the result, the album that he came up with. At this time, I think he came out. I think he was really like producing a lot of like the good music albums. Pusha had album that came out. Then it was Kanye. Then Tiana Taylor and
Nas.
Nas. Oh yeah, Nas had one that came out.
Yeah.
And that one had the controversial cover art because it was um the bathroom of the the girl, the woman who did crack, but she was like a really good singer.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston. There
Oh,
you go.
okay.
Shit, man. I'm terrible with names, guys. I'm sorry. Okay,
It's fine. It's fine. That's why I'm here.
but yeah, yeah. All throughout this time, I think Kanye really focused a lot more on the production side, and I would say Ye has a very unique sound to it as well.
I would
Very
agree.
distinctive from Life of Pablo. I'll say it. You know,
More cohesion for sure.
definitely more cohesion. This one actually has like more of a central theme. Him explaining like some of the struggles that he's going with in his life, the impact that his diagnosis has had on him, along with like the meds, and he also talks about. Let's just go to the track list. It's a pretty like short track list. There's only 7 songs on this album.
Yeah.
So there's I Thought About Killing You. He
Honestly, I remember.
opens he opens with he the basic idea of it is I love myself more than anyone else in the world, and I've thought about killing me, so why would I not think about killing you? Um
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. To say the least, I will say that. Honestly, it's probably the most memorable track for that album on that album for me.
Yeah, shock value is there for me. I also thought there was a lot of depth to it because, like, he talks about in the song, like, most people will say they hate themselves, but he's Kanye and he's not gonna lie. He loves himself more than everyone.
I mean,
And
in my opinion, as you should. You yourself should be number one
yeah,
before you start caring about other people.
other people, yeah. I also agree. I'm of the mindset that everything we do is self-serving, even when caring for other people, because you care for other people because it makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So ultimately serving yourself as well. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with a bit of selfishness.
Yeah. Everyone has it. Everyone's the main character in their own life, and Kanye just happens to feel like he's the mainest of main characters. All right.
Yeah, the pros of protagonists.
Yes. But this song, he is being more vulnerable, just talking about like I have thought of killing myself. Suicide's a very troubling topic, and you know, just never thought we'd get that kind of perspective from someone like Kanye.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. That just him going through just hearing him going through like as far expressing that through that song.
Yeah, definitely. Um, and then after that, I think this is around the time that he had the TMZ interview. If
Which one was
you know what
that?
I'm talking about, the one where where he has the famous quote of, uh, what was it? Slavery was a choice.
Oh,
Yeah, which I actually
oh,
watched the whole interview. He did like three,
three for that one
or
thing.
like it was like chopped up into like three clips or
Oh,
something like that. But I watched everything. The actual context of it is more of like he's talking about mental slavery and like thinking that you only have to act in one certain way or do these certain things sounds like you're choosing to be like that way when you could be free and not subscribe to I can only live this way, I can only be this poor because XYZ has happened to me. And that perspective on it, I think, I feel like is more of something that should be talked about rather than I don't think Kanye literally meant
uh, uh,
niggas were hopping on the boat like, yeah, no, I'll get beaten, raped, and burned and murdered
okay.
and all this shit.
So on both sides, I mean, Kanye's side and then the hearing of the audiences, they both needed the audience they needed to like actually do their research on the actual interview. Kanye needed to find a better way to say that.
Yes, yeah, he does need a better way to say that. I've always said Kanye just doesn't know how to express what he's thinking. I understand because I understand because I think in a similar way, and I know like where he's trying to go at with certain ideas. I can break it down,
Yeah,
but he needs to find a better way to communicate his thoughts and feelings and use words instead of just going for like blunt shock value, like big things. Although I don't think he knows of another way to express himself verbally, but I think he should at least attempt to try and do a little dance with his words or
yeah, or
something.
else people will take that the wrong way.
Like
Again,
how they do,
yeah,
because that was the headlines for a long time. Slavery was a choice. Kanye said it. And it was just like, well, I mean, yeah, he did literally say those words, but like, that's not what he meant.
no.
But then a lot of people are like, I don't want to hear that. He said some dumb shit, Kanye. What the fuck?
Well, then people just don't want to hear. Then that's their problem, honestly.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that I think we should give everyone the chance to explain their whole like argument, and we should at least attempt to understand what they're getting at for
Yeah,
different perspectives. But if you don't want to hear it, yeah, that's fair too. You know,
yeah. They don't say shit about it.
yeah, just don't complain. That's all.
Yeah. Anywho,
So yeah, that was. I think that was around that time that he released this, or at least this was like part of the promo.
yeah.
Yikes! I'm forgetting. I know it was good though.
What was the one with wait? Was Ty Dolla Sign on there?
I'm I'm actually not sure. I know Party Next Door was. But on a couple of them, I really
Really?
want to skip to All Mine because that is my favorite song on this. It's my most played song on Yay.
What was that
Yeah,
one?
you supermodel thick, and then I'm supposed to at the bottom.
Okay.
I'm a body crazy never do left. Yeah, I love that shit.
All right, man. I mean that.
The production on it, the doom silence,
Yeah,
doom,
yeah.
doom,
I can definitely
doom.
speak on that again. Production was good on there. I will say that.
Yeah. And then Wouldn't Leave, kind of ironic now. Wouldn't Leave, the song where he's talking about how he's done all these crazy things, he has all these different outbursts, and Kim has been supporting him all throughout this, and she hasn't left, and she's still like helping him and still loves him, at least at this point.
Yeah, kind of like
It's a really touching moment at that time in the context of this album and everything that we've been talking about with mental health and the kind of person that Kanye is.
yeah, but
That he found someone that could be Sorry, I keep going. Yeah.
No, you're fine, man. No, you're fine. I was gonna say I mean, from what you're saying, it's again, it was good as far as like him expressing like how basically how Kim was like a support for him,
Mm-hmm.
and as far as like the wouldn't leave part,
Yeah.
I would say that goes in the. I want to say the songs that don't age well, just the lyric. That one
Yeah.
doesn't age well.
I will say, like we had just said 2 seconds before, you gotta find a better way to say some shit. Like, I understand that you appreciate that she's supporting you and all that, but phrasing it in, like, I knew you wouldn't leave, that feels more of like a, yeah, I know this vision gonna leave. It
It's
honestly sounds a little, like, kind of disrespectful. Like, I knew you wouldn't leave. Of course you wouldn't.
yeah, it sounds a bit possessive.
Yeah. So, as opposed to saying it more in a way where it's like, I love that you stayed with me, or, you know, I don't know, something that sounds a little bit more appreciative of her being in your life.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I do like, again, I'm going to mention just the sounds and everything. Um, really good. After that, No Mistakes. I'm not going to talk too much on that one. It's pretty good. Ghost Town. Yeah, I might take back All Mine being my favorite. Ghost Town was pretty good. Ghost Town was really good. I like literally. I'm singing this song like fucking. I got a hoarse throat from fucking singing it too much. Like, yeah, going on road trips. Just I feel free. Just all that shit.
wait, that was that song?
Yeah, that was Ghost Town was the one where it's like I put my hand on the stove to see if I still bleed, and nothing hurts anymore. I feel kind of free.
Okay, you know what? The only thing is, you got me mixed up with another song. A song that had that
That kind of production. Oh
not the
yeah, in
production.
Kids See Ghosts. We're gonna talk
Yeah,
about that next.
yeah,
But I think I did get. But that one's kind of like a part two to this song.
yeah. I was not saying it reminded me of it. So
Yeah. Um, Ghost Town. Love it. Absolutely love it. And then Violent Crimes. Kanye's talking about how he doesn't want his daughter to grow up and be an adult and all that stuff because he still wants to see her as his little precious princess and just being nice. He does want her to be a boss. He knows that she will eventually have to grow up,
yeah,
and just talking about how he wants to be able to protect her from all these rich asshole guys, and he's like, I know how niggas think because I am a nigga, but until you have a daughter and you're like, oh shit, niggas out here used to think like me, like I can't have that around my daughter. And it's a very interesting perspective that I can relate to a little bit because I'm a father.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I can understand it for the most part. I'm probably I don't know. As far as like it's kind of like not talking about the album. It's just me if I was the dad of a daughter.
I probably wouldn't put this song out, to be honest with you. But
No,
I do understand the sentiment of the song, which is what I'm going to talk about. Otherwise, again, Kanye's lines and shit, I'm just like, why? Like,
yeah. I don't know. It's kind of you kind of get the kind of wet face,
just like,
squint eyed.
yeah, it's just like, I get the idea he's going for, like I've been saying, like, which is like, um, I care about my daughter, and I want to see her like be successful. I don't want to lose the little baby that I've loved and watched grow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Kanye still finds a way to make it sound weird.
Yeah, but yeah, that's
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. Overall, just an odd track for me, anyways.
And then he has the I think the Nicki has like a little thing at the end where I guess Kanye probably phoned in for a line, and and Nicki was like, "I want her to be like Nicki, but no Minaj's."
Okay.
Yeah, I was just like, you don't have to comment on that at all. But Nicki gave him the line, so whatever.
Did she get paid for it?
Hopefully, she got paid for it. It's Nicki, so she's trying to get some kind of cash.
Yeah, but out of here, yay. Yeah, not something I would put up top, but I would understand what kind of stuff you would. I can understand the stuff he was saying throughout the album, but yeah, it's just about the way he says it.
Yeah. At this point, I'm gonna say I do like I do like a lot of the production on this. We talked about on Ye.
Yeah.
I think it's some of his strongest. I would put it towards the top of the list, music wise.
Mm-hmm.
Like content wise, and what we're talking about. There's a lot of depth to some of the songs, but then other ones, Kanye's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. At this point, I'm not listening to Kanye for lyrics. I think that stopped about halfway through The Life of Pablo, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Because it was a little bit earlier for me, but yeah.
I mean, even for me with like Yeezus, he's still saying something, but like, and in Life of Pablo, maybe in a couple songs, and there's some point of depth that he's talking about some things. By Ye, it's kind of like still some songs, but then like a lot of what's happening with Kanye now is he's just saying like bombastic things, just controversial, just kind of really stand out lines.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like there's a point to them a lot of times.
Yes, I don't know. It's again, you kind of get the squint-eyed face going.
Yeah, where it's like,
why?
Did you say that? Why did you say that? Why'd you? And it's like, but it sounds alright. I don't know.
Yeah.
Most people don't listen to music for the lyrics anyway.
I mean, I'm not one of those individuals.
But
yeah,
I
we're
do
not
know
those
people who listen to music and they're just like, I don't really listen to the words. I just kind of hear the vibe, and it's just like, all right, well.
I mean, that's how you want to listen to music. That's you.
Everyone's different. Moving on from Ye. Again, 2018. I think this was like a month after, a couple weeks after.
I think at least like a few weeks. But yeah, they were released in around same time.
Around the same time. Kids See Ghost, Ye and Cudi.
Probably the best. Probably the best. I'm gonna like listen out of Cudi in my opinion. I don't know. I haven't heard Man on the Moon 3 yet, but I'm going off of this one here.
So I'll say it. This is the best Kid Cudi I've ever heard. But I'm not a Cudi fan.
Yeah, I'm not either, but I'm just saying I listen to a bit of his stuff.
And I mean, like I was saying earlier, where it's like I'm not a Cudi fan, but when he gets with Kanye, he's good. Like he got with Kanye on this and he smashed. Like I think this project was really good. He's definitely not one of my favorite parts of the album, but I think he added a lot to every song that he was on and made it really like strong. So
yeah, I don't really have any like gripes with him.
Yeah, that's nothing that I heard where I was like, I'm gonna shut it off. So
yeah,
and honestly, was it Reborn? That track right in the middle, Reborn. I'm so reborn. I'm moving. I loved that. I when that came out, I was playing that a lot.
Yo, that's motivation right there.
Yeah. Yeah. What's interesting is in this album, he does talk about like being reborn. The song right before it is Free, where they're talking about how they're just. I think it was just like they feel so free. They feel like nothing can stop them. There's no ceiling. They're just good.
Yeah, that's my favorite on there, and that was the sequel we were talking about with Ghost Town from
Yeah, it actually is Ghost Town Part 2.
Yeah.
But and then right after that is Reborn. Those are like two of my favorites. honestly, I think those two are the standout tracks on Kids See Ghosts. But the entire thing is a cohesive project that I think um, deserves a listen from everyone. Out of all of Kanye's discography, I think this is one of the main ones that deserves a listen.
Yeah,
If
I
you're,
totally agree.
yeah,
Totally agree. This one for sure. Yeah, I don't know if I have much else to say on it besides that. Yeah.
yeah, we can just jump right into the most recent album, his last project. I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one. Jesus is King, 2019.
Yeah, the thing is, when he was going about releasing this album, he called it a gospel album. Not saying I was completely anticipating it. I wasn't completely anticipating it, but I at least wanted to hear what his take on it was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me, it's more of a Christian rap album than a
Yeah,
yeah, because I mean he does have the Sunday choir or whatever that he's been working
yeah,
with for a minute.
yeah,
Yeah, they show up a good few times, and again, that's a nice little vibe that goes on there. But as far as the tracks and whatnot, it's basically just sample based stuff
yeah.
in there with Kanye rapping over it. That's pretty much how the album is for me.
I
And
mean, yeah.
honestly,
Okay.
it's not a good interpretation or even like a take on a gospel album for me.
Yeah.
Just anywho.
Yeah. I do have to mostly agree with you. Um, Gospel is kind of stretching it just a bit. There were a lot of good gospel like choir samples that we talked about.
Yeah.
Um, Most of the production on this, though, I would say it gives. Maybe he was going for like a more of a modern thing, add his little Kanye thing, whatever to it.
Yeah.
But that makes it more of just like a Christian rap album, which is cool. A lot of the verses and stuff, he doesn't curse on this album. He
No.
talks about his relationship with God and how he knows he wants to, serve and um, he's changed now in his life and he wants to, you know, act on the highest good or whatever.
Yeah, basically he's converting.
Yeah, yeah.
And honestly, I didn't buy it.
Oh shit!
I'll be straight up. I didn't buy it.
Dang! I didn't know that you were gonna say that. I didn't know you were gonna say that.
I'm just saying. I'm not. I mean, he could. I guess he could. Well, I mean, I guess he could have some change, but
Yeah.
as far as converting over entirely, I wouldn't say he's about it.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. In the media where he's talking about all of these things that he doesn't do anymore, things that he's not comfortable with Kim doing anymore, or at least at the time that he was doing this, and just he was really pushing that Christian lifestyle, but hard down, I follow the Bible Christian hard lifestyle, and yeah, I didn't vibe with it.
No, I
thought it was serious, but I didn't vibe with it because he's always felt like he was God's messenger or whatever. He always talks about God in his music. He's been doing that since the beginning, and this is him just trying to cut out all of his sinful whatever. I guess at this point in life, so that's kind of what I got from that.
Yeah, and I don't know, I wasn't gonna buy it, but I mean, although I did give this album a chance, but
So actually, when it first dropped, I listened to it. Production was really bad. Sounded like shit. But I listened back to it this week, and like I said earlier, it doesn't sound bad anymore. It sounds a lot cleaner. It sounds more modern. It sounds like an okay listen. If it's in the background that I'm not paying attention to, it doesn't sound bad.
okay.
It doesn't sound inventive or new, and I probably wouldn't come back to it. But I'm not listening to this in my leisure or anything. But
no,
it's not terrible. It doesn't offend me like how it did when it first dropped. But I think he did one of those update things.
What, another Redux?
I think he did.
Really?
He had to, because I was like, some of this shit doesn't even sound like it did before. Like,
Really? Okay, then I'm gonna have to give that a listen. But
you can if you want.
I am. I'm gonna put my my spiritual part aside for this one, though. You know, I want to stay neutral. But God, I say that a lot. No, no, I guess the one song that that pretty much sealed the deal for a lot of people, including myself, was probably was it Sunday?
Yeah, closed on Sunday.
Yeah,
Best song on the album. You're my Chick-fil-A.
yeah,
Something closed on Sunday. Oh, good.
yeah. Number one with the lemonade.
Yeah, Kanye once again saying lines that are kind of ridiculous, but like, you know, trying to be serious about something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Look, it's a gospel album by Kanye. What do you want?
Yeah, you're gonna you just expect some Christian in there, but it's gonna have a little Kanye flair just in there.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, that's in 2019. Right now it's 2021. We don't have any prospective Kanye projects coming out. I don't think. Um.
No.
As far as if I'm expecting him to drop anything, like in the future, I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Um, I'll be happy if he comes out with another album, whether it be like a Christian gospel based whatever, or if he goes back to like, you know, more his regular rap, regular for Kanye. You know, he
Yeah.
might do some different production shit or whatever. But if he comes out with new stuff, I'll listen to it. I'm not expecting anything. I actually don't even want anything new. I think Kanye's legacy, as it is, I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's set in stone. What you think about it, it's your thing, but it's there. You'll remember this man.
Yeah, the impact that he's had in music on the globe, just did everyone, style, fashion, uh, niggas who are confident.
Yeah,
like,
I can't really think of anything else besides that.
yeah, just the impact that he's had on everyone. It's already been set, and I don't think he needs to remain in the music world anymore for him to like make a point or say things that matter. So yeah, I don't care if he releases anything anymore.
No, no, I would. Yeah, no, I kind of, as far as like anticipating Kanye projects, I kind of stopped around. I think it was around like the Life of Pablo Jesus type.
Really?
Yeah.
Around that? So after Yay, I was good. I was like, all right. It was pretty good. I think he was supposed to come out with Yandi after that, and then he started his whole "I must mega
Yeah.
Christian" thing. So that's when we got Jesus is King. And
Okay.
after hearing Jesus is King when it first came out, and I was like, it's trash. I was like, all right, I think Kanye just needs to sit this one out now. Like, music is, you don't even need to do music to pay bills anymore. Like, you're good. You're a billionaire. Billion with a B. You know how many millions are in a billion?
Yeah, man. Let's not go through it.
Like,
Just do the math. No.
yeah, man's got money, so he doesn't need to make music anymore. I think the impact that he's had on music and the stuff that he has made in the past is great enough. For now, we don't need anything else.
Yeah, no, I'm content.
Yeah, content music wise, and I think he should just go on trying to be a business mogul and really focus on Yeezy and what he wants to do with those projects.
Mm-hmm.
So president shit though, like just
Leave
drop
that
to the
alone.
side. Just
Please, leave it alone.
I watched that interview, the podcast that he did with Joe Rogan. Oh my gosh.
He did a podcast with Joe Rogan?
He did a podcast with Joe Rogan. So, like, 3 hours of straight Kanye and Joe Rogan was talking. Just talking.
You know, that boosts his views up, man.
As a super Kanye fan as I am, it still took me like 3 listens to get all the way through it.
I couldn't even go
I
through
had to break
one.
it out, yeah. I had to break it up. So, I'd probably listen to like an hour at a time. I don't know, but I couldn't listen to it all the way through. And like I said, Kanye, the way he talks is you really have to you kind of have to decipher what the fuck he's trying to say,
Yeah.
and that makes it a hard listen.
Uh,
Even though I'm like a huge fan, I can understand him. It's just like it is a lot,
it is. It is, man.
and the way that he like thinks about and interpret things, at least from because I'm remember the podcast as I'm talking about this, it's just uh like I think Joe Rogan asked him about what he would do if there was like a war situation or he had to like do something offensive.
Why was you asking those kinds of questions?
Because if you seriously want to be president, you have to consider all
Oh,
possibilities.
it was around that time. Okay, my bad. I
Yeah,
totally forgot about that.
yeah,
Okay.
because he was actually like gunning to be like president. I mean, not actually, because he did. He's mentioned it all the way back in like 2016, where he's like, "I'm gonna run in 2020," and then like 2020 comes.
He comes in late.
He comes in mad late, like towards the end, like a couple months before, or maybe even a couple weeks before the actual voting started in the primaries. So it was like, well, Kanye, what are you doing? If you were serious about this, you would have started back in 2018. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he didn't even have a place in the ballot. He had to like write it in.
You would have to write him in if you actually wanted to vote for Kanye. He didn't do any kind of research on the state of the world or like have any plans set up. He's just like, he was just like, this is my vision for the future. All of this wasted land, all of this wasted whatever, we could do it this way. It would be better. And indoor farms and all this future shit. You see how this building's made with it? And it's just like, yeah, Kanye, that's great and all. How are you going to do it?
Yeah.
You got to get votes. You got to, like,
You gotta detail it in a way that people where it's kind of short, but people can understand it.
yeah. The thing about Kanye is like he lives like 50 years in the future. He lived maybe like 100, 1,000 years in the future. Kanye is out there. His vision is amazing. It's there.
Yeah, it's just
But
as
the problem is everyone else lives now. You know what I'm saying? Like there's reality that we have to deal with and problems that we need to face right now, or like even like yesterday, a couple years ago, that we're still dealing with, that you have to address and need to be handled, figured out, planned. Not only do you have to have a plan for these things, you also have a plan to get people to support these ideas
yeah.
that you're about to push. There's a lot more that goes into being president. I'm not even talking about like all the different political relationships that you're going to have to maneuver inside the country with foreign countries.
And you know damn well the foreign countries ain't gonna mess with him.
No, it's
No.
Kanye.
Like
He's like
Putin.
this much better than Trump. Like
Yeah, like you think Putin's gonna,
Putin's gonna. Oh my gosh.
Hell
Oh, Trump
no.
was a fucking puppet. Oh my gosh.
Hell no.
Playing Kanye like he actually is Pinocchio. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit. That's terrible.
No. That lyric will actually age well then.
Oh gosh. Okay, but no, like I said again, I'm a huge Kanye fan. Love the music. Love him as a person. There are aspects of him that I admire. I don't agree with everything that he pushes forth or ideas that he has, but I do understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
That president thing was a bad idea, and
Yep.
I hope he drops it. Kim was right for leaving. All right, I'm done.
I was gonna say I'm a moderate fan. I would
Yeah.
say, well, as far as like his music, again, that's the main thing I look at Kanye for. Not well, some of the events, yes, but as far as like if it is a main cause for the creation of his music, again, I'm more so a moderate fan. I'm not really looking out for his stuff, but yeah, he's definitely has a position in the culture though.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, okay, before we do our little send off, I gotta ask you one question since you are a big Kanye fan. Do you think this is the best discography in all of hip hop?
Huh. The best discography in all of hip hop.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it has to be like like you said, as far as like, the albums and stuff. It's more so the stuff like behind the albums.
Um,
So I don't think the
I'd never really consider that. Like, considering like, if we're talking like specific albums, I can say I can put a lot of them above certain stuff that I've heard from other artists. But
yeah
in aggregate, in all of them together,
yeah.
like, shit, I can't really say. He's got a fairly good average, like, but I don't know if I'd put him as the best discography. Like,
Stuff.
everything up till, like, shit. Because, like, there's. Fuck. I'm gonna sound bad. I am a huge Kanye fan, but I can't put him, like, as the best of all time for his discography. He's one of my personal favorites, but if we're talking about a person's entire, like, discography, like, legacy, like, every album together, I don't know if he's had the best of the best runs, because he does have, like, we were talking about, like, Watch the Throne wasn't that good. It was all right as a listen, but, like, not to the top. A lot of the major shifts that he does in his sound, I think, hurts as a solid thing. I
Yeah.
like the different aspects that he takes, and they're all, like, creative and good sounding to me. But I also can't, but I don't know. The problem that you get with when you experiment like that is that, one, you divide fans, and two, it's like I have to get adjusted and understand what this new sound is, and it's like,
Yeah, and that could really be a detriment to your execution.
yeah. And with that, I can't say he's the best of the best, but I really want to.
Okay.
And I can't even say who I think would be the best of the best, because I need to go back and listen to some more stuff. Although I will put Outkast in that running, because they have a very good discography. It's that Southern playalistic Cadillac funk music.
I mean that ain't even like my favorite of one of theirs, but
No, but like early and good.
bro, yeah, that ATLians, bro. ATLians probably
Yes.
my favorite one. No, was it Aquemini?
Yes, Aquemini.
Stagonia, that's probably the most like
Notable.
Yeah. Then the kind of double album.
Yeah, Speaker Box and Love Below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember too much from that one, but yeah. Okay, I would definitely go back to Outkast, and
we could have an Outkast episode.
okay, I think this might be set in stone. We're going to be doing Outkast the next time we're doing this kind of episode.
Okay, I don't know about the next, like, maybe not the next episode, but maybe the next. We'll make a list.
Yeah, this kind of episode, though.
Yeah, but this kind of episode, this kind of artist-focused episode, discography-focused episode, I kind of like doing this. It's kind of like an artist breakdown.
Yeah, even though, like, again, I did not do my research on this one. I didn't have as much to say, but again, it was something to at least discuss, like going back and discussing again his stuff throughout the years.
Yeah, and sort of going through his journey. I think the next time you're gonna take the reins, because
yeah,
I think I did a lot of explaining of Kanye that I didn't need to.
True. And honestly, if that's the case, I don't know. I might have to pick something different, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll
talk. Well, anywho, thank you for tuning in. If you want to, see some more, or just interact with us, you know what to do. Hit us up on our socials.
That's right. Comment, like, subscribe, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, SG signing off.
And Kado's out.